I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he does judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. He was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. His name is called the Word of God. The armies which were in heaven followed him on white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Out of their mouth goes a sharp sword, that with it they should smite the nations, and they will rule with the rod of iron. They tread the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of Almighty God. And he had on his vesture, on his thigh, a name written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of Lords and King of Kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. The Lord Jesus shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels in flaming fire, taking vengeance upon them that know not God, that obey not the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ, who shall be punished with an everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints and to be admired in them that believe, because the testimony among you was believed in that day. Okay, they've declared war. We're blowing the trumpet. The beast has declared war against us, guys. It's happened. I've been showing you this coin. Each year the Sanhedrin does this coin. And I forgot to make it clear in the last video. That's the peace deal is what the dove is, right? Okay, well, they did another one. In that new coin they just issued, thank you very much for the subscriber that sent it to me. It's not the actual coin, it's the rendering of the coin of what it's going to look like once they mint it, and it has declared war against the saints, guys. That's right. The beast has declared war. Now, this is a hard thing for many of you to stomach, to swallow, because you believe in a pre-tribulation rapture. That's why you refuse to accept the fact that you're in the tribulation. It's going down. Coronavirus. The beast is Donald Trump. He's been revealed, okay? He's going to make war with the saints, okay? 42 months. The 42 months already started. And the proof and evidence I can show you is in the new coin by the Sanhedrin. They declare war against us, okay? Now, we're going to have to go through many things. We're going to go through the order of the camps, okay? We're blowing the trumpet to assemble the camps, all right? This is very important for you to understand. I'll prove in this video. If you don't get in your order in your camps, you're not getting in the rapture, okay? Simple as that. Many of you refuse to accept the fact you're in the tribulation because you believe in pre-tribulation rapture. And you're wrong. You can't, the whole evidence is all around you, but refuse to accept, okay? And you may not make it, okay? I'm showing you these order of the camps. My hope is you do make it, okay? That's why I'm showing you this information. It's all in precise order. You say, Leland, I never heard the things you're talking about. Well, I've been talking about this stuff for years, okay? And the trumpet is being blown, and many are not going to make it, especially the proud, arrogant Americans, but two-thirds of my audience, okay? Now, first thing you have to understand is what happened with this new coin. Let's look at it. All right, here we go. You got the beast making war with the saints. It's exactly what it says, guys. It's exactly the stuff I've been telling you. It's happening. Revelation 13:7, it was given to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. We've been telling you Donald Trump is the Antichrist. They just minted this coin and put Donald Trump on there again with Benjamin Netanyahu. They're going to work together. Now, look what it says. War. This is just what it says of Revelation 13 and Daniel 7. I beheld till the little horn, the same made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Guys, if you don't understand the stuff we're saying, you need to get up to speed. This is the war we've been telling you. We've been telling you about the army. Now, you see what it says? War of the sons of light against the sons of darkness. Now, if you don't know what this is an expression on the war scroll from the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's called the war scroll. We're going to talk about the trumpet of the war scroll, the order. Now, to us, believers in Jesus Christ, we are the sons of light, okay? But they're going to switch this. They're making their own, everything is opposite. White is black, black is white, okay? But of the times and seasons, brother, you should not have you right unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night. For so they sell peace and safety, okay? Peace and safety. We got the peace deal. We showed you in the other coin the peace deal. They had the dove on it, okay? Peace and safety. Then sudden destruction comes upon them as travail upon a woman, and they shall not escape. But brethren, you are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, but you are children of light and children of the day. You are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as others, but watch and be sober, and be not drunken as they are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, of the light, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith, the whole armor. We're at war, guys. And love, and the helmet of hope and salvation. Okay, so now is the time for war, guys. This is what they're saying. They're going at war. The beast is going at war against us, okay? Now, this is the other side of the coin. They're calling Donald Trump their Messiah. This is the temple coin. This is the one going to come out. All right, you got the third temple coming soon. They're saying Donald Trump is Cyrus. Okay, they got Cyrus here again. And it says something here like about the Sanhedrin. The council of the Sanhedrin is meeting. But look at, Cyrus is my anointed king. Well, what they're saying is Donald Trump is their anointed king. We say anointed in English. In Hebrew, that's Mashiach, the Messiah. Okay? They're saying Donald Trump is their Messiah, anointed king. Okay? Excuse me, back on this page, it says here something like Ben, son, right here, our light. And this is the Hebrew word for war. So war, sons, light, against the sons of darkness, okay? And my understanding, this one says something about the Sanhedrin and their council. Okay, so this Sanhedrin, but guys, this is the beast, man. Make no mistake. Look at this. Look closely. Okay, we told you Donald Trump is the lion. Look at, they got sun worship here, man. That's the sun. Sun worship, and look closely. Look at this. This is a crown. But don't that look like a beast? Look at 2 eyes, 2 ears. It's got a horn. This is the little horn. This is the beast of Revelation. This is Donald Trump. He's the lion. Okay? Okay, worshiping the sun. This is all going down, guys, exactly the way I told you. Donald Trump is their anointed king. He is their Mashiach. He is their Messiah. Okay? And of course, what you see here as well, you got in the background Benjamin Netanyahu. You got the elections coming up. Maybe they're telling us exactly what's going to happen. We'll see. So you may look at this and say, okay, well, what do we do? Well, we're going to go through the order, guys, the precise order to the camps, to the military. Now, you guys know 1 Corinthians 15, it says, at the last trumpet, okay, the last trump, right? Well, last trump is the 7th trumpet. Now, there's order. In 1 Corinthians 15:23, he says, the first fruits, Christ at the first fruits, and the order of the camps. Everyone in their own order, in their own camp. Now, there's an order to things, okay? Christianity is not communism, okay? Not everybody is the same. I hate to tell you that. It's truth, though. I'm just telling you the truth. There's an order. There's a hierarchy. There's an order, always been, okay? You had 12 apostles. You had 70 disciples. You had 120 in the upper room. It's the same thing in the last days. You have a precise order to all this, all right? We're going to go over this order, okay? So be patient. We're going to go through the order. We're going to go through the hierarchy. Now, there's going to be more than what we're going to cover in this video, but we're blowing this trumpet. We're sounding this alarm to assemble these camps. Now, as we do, the meaning and symbolism is multifaceted, okay? This is something called the Manchild. The woman births a Manchild. The Manchild is expressed through temple vessels, okay? Some of them are spoons. Some of them are bowls. Some of them are platters, okay? Platters, bowls, and spoons are people, okay? The thing I'm talking about is the dedication of the altar. So all the things are types and shadows, and when Moses dedicated the altar, they have the children of Israel gave platters, bowls, and spoons. These are people. This is the eklektos, the elect, okay? So that's what the trumpet, we're going to look at the trumpet. I'm going to show you proof through Revelation, through Matthew 24, and through the children of Israel. There's a precise order to this, okay? And there's a lot more information I have on this. We don't have the time. But please watch the other videos on the shekel of the sanctuary. That's how we came up with all the stuff we're showing you. But there's an order to the sons of light. The beasts have made war against the saints, okay? You're not going to get raptured unless you get in your order. All right, you understand that? This is it, okay? Now, let's get right into this chart. I encourage you to get this chart. It's going to be, spend some time study, go through all of it. This is the order of the military, guys. We want to express to you the importance of this. The platters, bowls, and spoons. There's an order, okay? You're not supposed to break your ranks, all right? If you don't understand any of the stuff, just, learn, okay? But don't attack. That's not how this works, okay? Just because you don't know, you don't know. But there's an order to the four captains. We're going to look at the four captains. The order's been praised throughout all the scriptures. We're going to look at Abram, David, Gideon, Joshua. They're the four captains. Okay? The prophecies related to what they did relate in our day. We're in this Exodus. Okay? So, be patient with this. And we're going to go through. These may be new concepts to you entirely, hopefully. Those that you stick to the end have probably heard these things before. We're going to just put even more order, precise order to all of this. All right, let's go. So you can see our notes, guys. I encourage you to get the notes. I'll make them available to you. Jesus Christ is Alpha and Omega, man. This is his army. He's coming in the white horse. You saw that in the intro, okay? And this is the war against the sons of light. The sons of light, we saw that in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. And look, the beast is making war against the saints. You can clearly see that. That's Revelation 13:7, Daniel 7:21. The same little horn made war against the saints. Now, we showed you the vessels, okay? And the vessels is a category of the elect, of the order of the military. And there's also four captains, okay? But we got the sons of light. Now, you can see we got Philippians chapter 2, verse 15. That you may be blameless, harmless, sons of God, without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world. Okay, this is a admonition to the sons of light. Okay, and the war is going on against the children of darkness, the sons of darkness. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the order here. Now, there's trumpets that are blown in certain orders. We've got an order of the 70 disciples. That's in Luke chapter 10, verse 1. Jesus Christ, Yeshua organized the 70 disciples. 70 can mean 72. They're synonymous, okay? And a trumpet is blown, and we see them in Hebrews chapter 12. For time's sake, we're not going to look at that, but this is all in the notes. Spend some more time on this. So, our first category is bowls. All right, so in our vessels, we have platters, we have bowls. So in the temple, we have bowls, and those bowls are people. All right, the weight of the bowls was 70 shekels. Okay, so each bowl was 70 shekels, relating to the 70 disciples. Okay, so that's what we're saying here, bowls. Now, Abraham organized a military in Genesis 14:14. In it, there was 318. Now, there's an order to this stuff, guys. How the 4 captains work is they're related to one position. You'll see all these boxes I got, all right? This is how the camps are ordered. East, west, what is it? East, west, north, south. I think that's it. I forget. But that's what these are the cardinal points, okay? So you got a total of 72, and then one position is 18. That's why Abraham had 318. We're going to look at the 300 in a minute. But that's the order of the bowls, okay? Now there's another order of the spoons, okay? And now if we look at our notes, let's look at the spoons, okay? The spoons, they're over there in Numbers. This is all in Numbers chapter 7. They're spoons. The weight of each spoon was 10 shekels. So that is a total of 120 shekels. So guys, these are a precise number of people. What I'm telling you is about the man-child, the elect. It's not everybody, okay? The military goes by a precise order. Now the order of the spoons is 120 people. This is the parable of the talents, okay? Well done, you good and faithful servant, okay? That whole parable is not everybody. It's only 120 people. And they're granted trumpets, okay? So what happens is all this stuff, guys, certain people are granted trumpets. And they have a trumpet. And they blow that trumpet at the dedication of the temple in 1 Chronicles chapter 5. So you have 120 in the upper room. Okay, you have 120 trumpets. You have 120 talents. Okay, this is a precise order. Now David is one of the 4 captains. And he had 30 mighty men. Well, that's one position, okay, of the 4. That's why David had 30. Also, you can see Uriel. In 1 Chronicles 15:5, he had 120 men. Now, some of this we're going to put together. This might be a little confusing. I encourage you to slow down, listen, and go back over if you need to. Now, these trumpets, we're going to show you in Numbers chapter 10. We'll go over Numbers chapter 10, but this position of the camps, okay, relates to east. And there's one alarm for east, one trumpet blast, east, okay? So what we're showing you is in 1 Corinthians 15:23, it says the order of the camps in the first fruits. So these are the first fruits, okay? So that was our spoons, right? So then we go next, and we have the parable of the pounds. In the parable of the pounds, okay, again, in Matthew 24 as well, it says, well done, faithful and wise servant. So now you got a faithful and wise servant, and this relates to Gideon's army, okay? And Gideon, he had 300 in his army, and he gave them 300 trumpets. Well, that's one position, okay, of 1,200. So there's 1,200 in total. Gideon was just leading one branch, okay? So Abraham, he had 300. Gideon, he had 300. Then Gideon splits his men into 100, 100, 100. This is just like New Jerusalem. You have 12 gates around New Jerusalem, okay? You have 3 at each side. So let's call this east, okay? This is east. This is 300 total men. That's Gideon's army, 300 trumpets, 300 men. Then he divided them up into 3 gates, 3 bands, 100, 100, 100. So that's Gideon's army, 1,200 people total. But he's one captain of the 4. So these are the faithful and wise servants, okay? So that's why we're blowing the trumpet. All the order will come together. Now later in the video, we'll talk about the War Scroll and the Dead Sea Scrolls. They talked about all this stuff, okay? They anticipated the Messiah coming, and they were putting all this together in an order, okay? So we have Matthew 24, the faithful and wise servant, okay? Wise servant. Now you got wise virgins. Matthew 25, verse 1. You have wise virgins. These are sealed, okay? In Revelation 7:2, they're sealed at the 6th seal. And this is the 144,000. If you don't know this, you won't understand anything of what we're talking about, okay?
but they also are assembled by trumpets, okay? And that trumpet is the months. So when they are ordered 288,000. That you see in 1 Chronicles chapter 27. And as well, there's 4 positions of them, okay? So they're also east, west, south, north. And in 1 Chronicles 7, there's a man, his name is Michael. And Michael has an army of 36,000. That's one section east of the 144,000. But the 144,000, 4 times 36 is 144,000. And their trumpet is blown in the months. So they were like a military. They only assembled by 24,000 troops once a month. So 24,000 times 12, okay, equals 288,000. And that's half. So that's the unwise virgin. So you got half unwise virgin, 144,000, unwise virgin, 144,000 wise virgin, total 288. That's this branch, okay? And Joshua also leads them. He has about 40,000. That's in Joshua as he enters the promised land. He leads the 144,000. You got Michael, okay? So there you can see they're assembled. Now, in Revelation chapter 4, okay, you have the voice of a trumpet, the voice of assembly. Okay, you see it, we got it right here. The voice, phone in the Greek, of the trumpet. And so that's what we're showing you is this assembly. And so John was taken to the throne. He was taken to the throne by a trumpet, a voice of a trumpet, okay? And that voice of a trumpet assembles these various groups, okay? So they are part of Revelation chapter 4, 5, and then Revelation chapter 6, they're sealed, 144,000. They are sealed, okay? So that is that order, that camp. Now the 24 elders lead this ordering, okay? So they sit on thrones and they judge, okay? So the 120 starts off with 240, only half make it. Okay, there's 2,400 and only half make it. You get 144,000, okay, of 288, but only half make it. This is exactly what it said, Matthew 24, verse 40. One is taken, the other is left, okay? And then you go through these 3 parables, okay? The 3 parables in Matthew 24 are all these people, a precise number of people. The first one is the faithful and wise servant, okay? You got the faithful and wise servant, you got the wise virgins, and you got the good and faithful servant. That's what that is. That's a voice of the trumpet, is assembly, okay? So you got half make it, half don't. One is taken, the other is left, okay? Then we get to the great multitude. Now this is the group most of you are going to be in. Now they're assembled by the sound of the trumpet. That's what you see in Revelation 9:13 and 1 Corinthians 15:52. That is the last trump. Okay, the last trump is the 7th trumpet. Okay, and this is the great multitude. You see the great multitude is assembled in Revelation 7 verse 9. 144,000 are in Revelation chapter 7 verse 2. Okay, and they're sealed at the 6th seal. They're assembled at the last trumpet, the 7th trumpet. Okay, now we know this is 10,000. Okay, the king assembles an army. Okay, count the cost. You have an army. And that's Luke 14:31. It says this army, and it says 10,000. Well, this is 10,000 talents. 10,000 talents. Okay, you take 10,000 times 2 times 10,000. That's the 200 million army. This is where most of you guys are going to be. And now this is what we're releasing is the trumpet. The 4 angels are loose of the scroll of the river Euphrates. Okay, now Matthew 18:24 talks about these ones that are forgiven. They're forgiven 10,000 talents. In the book of Esther, the beast, he tries to kill the people with what? 10,000 talents, okay? So this group is south, and they have a second alarm. So I know that's a lot of information. Let's go through Matthew 24. Matthew 24, verse 30, famous scriptures. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Okay, and all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. They shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great voice of a trumpet, and he shall gather together his elect. So there's an eklektos, okay, from the four winds, from one end of heaven to another, okay? As in the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And they knew not when the flood took away this coming of the Son of Man. Two shall be in the field, one is taken, the other left. So this is telling us about the two. There's two, one is taken, the other's left. And then we find out exactly who they are. Okay, you got the faithful and wise servant. Okay, this is the 1,200. Then you got the virgins. Okay, you got the wise. Five of them were wise, 5 of them were foolish. This is the 144,000. Then you got the talents. See the talents, that's 120. You got those that had the talents, okay? So you can see all these parables are stemming from the sign of the Son of Man when he appears, okay? And he's coming to judge. He's trying to separate the sheep and the goats. And the Son of Man shall come in his glory with all his angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. It's when he sits on the throne of glory, he's going to judge. And this is exactly what's going to happen. Now, let's look at the order of the trumpets. So now we're here in Numbers chapter 10. And we're seeing here there's 2 silver trumpets. The Lord said to Moses, make 2 silver trumpets, calling for the assembly. So this is the assembly of the camps. This is the order of how this works, guys. Okay? And they shall blow them and assemble themselves unto at the door of the tabernacle. This is exactly what the Apostle John sees. He hears a trumpet, and then he's at the door. He saw a door was open, and he saw the throne. Okay? So John represents the princes, the ones that the trumpet is blown, and they're first, which are the heads of the thousands of Israel. They gather themselves together. So this is the elect, okay? They're the princes. They have a precise order. You blow one sound of the trumpet, one alarm, and they're first. So that's clearly Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. Then blow an alarm, and the camps that lie to the east will go forward, okay? So then you got another alarm sound, and you got east, okay? Then you blow an alarm a second time, and the camps that lie on the south, they shall take their journeys, okay? So what does this mean? This means that there's an order to the trumpet and an order to the sounds. So the east part is the elect, the princes, okay? You got the princes, you got the east parts, the elect, okay? And then you got the south. This is the great multitude, okay? Now, what happens is that we're given more details of the war. So then we get to verse 9. If you go to war in your land against your enemy that oppresses you, then you shall blow the alarm of the trumpets. Okay, so they declared the war, guys, not me. They declared the war. The beast did this, okay? I'm just saying, now I'm blowing the trumpet. This is this time for this stuff to go down. Now, we got the Lord of hosts on our side, so don't be afraid. But I'm just showing you guys a precise order, all this stuff. So now we got a trumpet for war. Then you shall blow the alarm of the trumpets. Okay, and that shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and shall be saved from your enemies. So don't be afraid. This is war, but this is real, man. Verse 10, and also in the day of gladness, in the solemn feast, at the beginning of your months, you are to blow a trumpet. So what this means is you blow the trumpet on the first day of each month. Now, the 144,000, they're ordered by 12 months. Okay, so that's their trumpet. Each one has an order, precise order to all this, okay? Now, for time's sake, I'm not going to go into all of it, but I just want you to notice on the notes, you can see here, there's banners and standards. Here we got Judah. Okay, Judah is east. Judah's sign is lion. That's Judah. Then we got the standard Reuben. Reuben is man. Reuben is south, okay? And then if we look next, okay, we got Ephraim. Here you can see Ephraim. And the standard of Ephraim is ox, and that is west. And our next one is eagle. Eagle is the standard for Dan, okay, and that is north. So this is the order of the camps. Lion, ox, man, eagle. There's an order, there's a trumpet. There's a sound to assemble, okay? Now they declare war, so now we're blowing the trumpet to assemble the camps. And Lord of hosts' army will be at our side. Now look, guys, I know you guys don't like to hear this stuff. The scriptures talk about the people. They said, prophesy to us smooth things. And I know you want to hear smooth things. You want to hear your rapture. You're not going to have any problems. But look, I'm talking about war, man. The beast, this is going down. This is war. It's time to get in your camps. It's time to grow up, okay? Now, in the Dead Sea Scrolls, that's where they got that expression, guys. The sons of light against the sons of darkness. War. Now, this is a scroll, and it gives various orders. And it's amazing, because I was going to share this with you anyway as it relates to the army, because there's all different kinds of categories that relate to the army and the military order. Now, this is a remarkable document, because you have to keep in mind, this is, 1 century, 2 centuries before Christ, and they identified kind of vivid descriptions of the Messiah, but they didn't necessarily know that there were two comings, okay? They didn't know that he was going to come as the suffering servant the first time, and then would come a second time, which would be the time of war. So they put together this war scroll and prepared for the sons of Belial, or the sons of darkness, okay? And they anticipated fully a order and of shields and swords and lion, ox, man, eagle, everything that we're telling you. So it's really remarkable. I encourage you to read the whole thing. We're just going to go over the trumpets, because that's what we're talking about in this video, the ordering of the camps, the description of the role of the trumpets. The trumpets for alarm in their service and for their commissioning of men by tens of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Okay, so you can see as we went through, we covered many of those categories, the thousands, the hundreds, the fifties, and the tens, all right? And these are for battle formations, and the trumpets for assembling of them that were at the gates of war. So we showed you the 4 gates, okay, the 4 positions that were open, and the infantry for the might advance, and the trumpets for the signal of the slain, and the trumpets for the ambush, and the trumpets for pursuit of the enemy when the enemy is defeated, and the trumpets for reassembling, okay? So we're showing you many of the trumpets. The blast is to assemble. Okay, and then there's also a trumpet blast for war. And we told you the 4 captains, Joshua, they went around Jericho 7 times. What? Blowing trumpets, right? Okay, so on the trumpets for the assembly of the congregation, they shall write, called of God. On the trumpets for assembly of the chief, they shall write, princes of God. Okay, so everything that they're showing is before Christ, before we had the book of Revelation. They remarkably understood all these things. The trumpets for assembly of the chief, right? The princes of God. On the trumpets for the formations, they shall write the rule of God. On the trumpets for the men of renown, they shall write the heads of the congregations of the clans. And they assembled at the house of the meeting, and they shall write testimonies of God for a holy congregation. On the trumpets of the camps, they shall write the peace of God in the camps of his saints. Okay? So this is all the banners and the names, and writing things on trumpets, and writing things on shields, and writing things on armor, okay? The mighty deeds of God to scatter the enemy, and to put those that hate justice to flight, and to withdraw the mercy of those that hate God. On the trumpets of the battle formations, they shall write formations of the divisions of God to avenge his anger on the sons of darkness, okay? So this is them identifying the sons of darkness. On the trumpets for assembling the infantry, the gates of war shall open to the mighty at the battle, the line of the enemy. They shall write a remembrance of the requital of the appointed time of God. On the trumpets of the slain, they shall write the hand of the mighty of God of the battle is to bring down all the slain because of their unfaithfulness. Okay, we saw those of faithful servants. On the trumpets of the ambushes shall write the mystery of God to wipe out wickedness. On the trumpets of the pursuit they shall write, God has struck all the sons of darkness. He shall not abate his anger until they are annihilated. Then he shall return from battle to enter the formation. They shall write on the trumpets, God has gathered. Okay? And on the trumpets of the wave return from the battle of the enemy, they shall enter the congregation in Jerusalem. They shall write rejoicings of God in a peaceful return. So that is all the order in the war scroll from the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's much longer than that, but that is the order of the formations, the order in the writings on the trumpets, the order of formations, the princes, the gathering, okay? And they have other things where they put the angel Michael, okay, the angel Uriel, Raphael, okay, I believe in Gabriel as well. They're called the four captains of the host, the military, and you could see Michael as leading the 144,000. Uriel also led the 120. So this is the order, guys, and we're not alone. Elijah saw the chariots, okay? He saw the chariots in the spirit, okay? So we're not alone, all right? The Lord of hosts is with us, okay? He's with the sons of light, okay? Against the sons of darkness, because the beast is going to come against us, guys, from all facets. So, guys, please get in formation. I can't tell you precisely, where you are, whatever. You got to ask, guys, ask the Most High for confirmation, everything I'm saying, if it's true, okay? If it's true, ask for confirmation. Remember what Gideon did. He had a fleece. He asked God for confirmation. God, if this is really you, show me, okay? So I encourage you to do the same thing. So just saying, all this is nonsense, I don't believe it, no one's talking about this. Take it to the Most High. Ask him, okay, where's my place? How do I get in order? What's my camp? Lion, ox, man, eagle. East, west, south, north. White, red, black, pale. Okay, this is all precise order of his legions, his order. Christ said, I could order 12 legions, all right? So, guys, thanks for watching. This is part of our playlist on the Great Army. These are concepts we've been teaching you for years. We've been blowing the trumpet since the time we knew about this, okay? That was over 2 years ago, okay? So now it's another census. How this works, you have a census in the children of Israel, then they wander in the wilderness, and they came back again, do another census. We're in another census, another counting of the people, okay? So guys, watch and pray that you be accounted worthy, escape all these things. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.